Initial development of pressure vessel and boiler codes were forced because of too frequent and very catastrophic pressure vessel and boiler explosions during the 19th and early 20th centuries. In the year 1865, the boilers on an American ship named SS Sultana exploded, resulting in death of around 1800 people on board. This, along with other serious incidents, paved the way for the creation of ASME in the year 1880, led by founding members including Alexander Hawley, Henry Worthington, and John Sweet. In the year 1884, ASME issued its first code named Code of Conduct for Trial of Steam Boilers. A very serious incident happened in year 1905 in the Grover Shoe Factory in Brockton, Massachusetts. It killed around 58 people and more than 100 were injured. This forced the authorities, especially in Massachusetts states, to issue their first rules in 1907. In 1911, a standard committee is formed, which was later known as BPVC Committee. And then in 1915, BPVC Committee issued its first code, which later became as Power Boiler Code ASME Section 1. In the year 1924, ASME Committee issued first code related to material specification, which later became as ASME Section 2. But previously it was part of ASME Section 1 during its original publication of 1915. Then in 1925, the first BPVC code for UPV, that is unfired pressure vessel, was issued. This code became the father of what we today known as ASME Section 8 Division 1. In 1934, API and ASME jointly developed code for unfired pressure vessel in hydrocarbon industry. Obviously, API was working on the lines of only hydrocarbon industry, whereas ASME was for general industry. But in 1934, they joined forces to develop a joint code for the hydrocarbon industry. In the year 1937, ASME Section 9 of Welding Code was first published separately. Previously, it was part of Section 8. During the Second World War, the need to conserve material has led the way for ASME to revise the safety factor from original 5 to 4, and it was a temporary change, only considered during the time of war, and after that it goes back to 5 again. But after the war, the safety factor was finally revised from 5 to 4 after due consideration. In 1968, the original code Section 8 was named as ASME Section 8 Division 1, and as an alternate rule, ASME Section 8 Division 2 was launched. So this was the year where first Division 2 code was issued. In 1971, ASME Section 5 was first published, which related to the NDE or non-destructive examination. 1983 was the first year when ASME code issued in both conventional and metric units. The first Division 3, which is related to high pressure vessel code, was published in the year 1997. And finally, ASME Section 8 Division 1 design margin was reduced from 4 to 3.5 in the year 1999. And that was the last year when the safety margin was reduced. Now they are giving due consideration to reduce the safety factor even lower than 3.5 and up to 3.